Hello, this is the Professional Development Final Project reflection and um, integration plan and application for the Professional Development Redefined. And so I'm going to take you through some points. As you can see, I'm using Microsoft Sway as well as the Camtasia program to record the screen as well as my voice and my beautiful face here, so you can see me here. And so you're going to look at the screen while I kind of work you through some of the steps that I have implemented and plan to implement through the process. So the reflection of the current state of building-based PD. So this is kind of a complicated question for me personally because I'm transitioning from West High School to Unity Elementary School. And so I'm going to talk about the challenge there being that I don't know the staff. I don't know their individual needs. I do know the building goal, which you'll see a little later, but I have a lot of work to do to get to know what it is they want and need in order to integrate a plan for Unity. The vision, we'll talk about that, and technology integration plan we'll also talk about, and the application of course content, which you are seeing, observing, and witnessing. So let's go through the professional learning plan. What you see here in the first part, oops, I'm going to do that. Sorry about that. What you see here is the teacher education refers to the policies, procedures, and provision designed to equip teachers, blah, blah, blah. You can read. This is the definition of professional development. What you see here is professional development plan models. So basically, you have individual plan, regular curricular-based 101 sessions, deep level of understanding, dependent structure. What's nice about this is that it can be designed by the individual, and sometimes it's forced upon the individual. So there's kind of a yin and yang there. School-wide PD. I think this is probably the most common use of PD through at least Sioux City schools, at least that I've been a part of. It's one time. In the case of Sioux City schools, it's Mondays. It's general, so there's a mass audience. There's group presentations sometimes. There's generally a basic level of understanding. I know this. I've actually collected data on the type of learning that takes place within school-wide PD. So what we're planning on doing, or what West High is planning on doing, is implementing group and what we're calling personalized professional learning. So collaborative in nature, but driven by personal plans. So as you can see, this is dynamic, regular, needs-based group learning. Deep level of understanding is the hope, flexible support, and independent in its structure. So you'll see that the district's goal here is to attract and support highly effective teachers, leaders, and staff. So the district's goal is called Focus 2022, to attract and support highly effective teachers, focused primarily on the support. Differentiated, effective, job-embedded professional development to build capacity for teachers. This includes teacher leadership compensation, so the Future Ready grant program that I was a part of until this moved to Unity, where they give teachers funding sources to do something creative and cool and collaborative and integrated in technology, based in technology. So that's the kind of focus that the district has. So you'll see down here is what's that mean for Unity Elementary School? Well, I can speak to the goals for Unity. We're hoping to personalize professional learning that in some way envelopes the building goals. The building has a heavy literacy focus next year, and the district's Focus 2022. So that's really the hope. And you'll see the goal here is that Unity will raise their FAST CBMR, so FAST stands for Functional Assessment Student Test or something like that. Curriculum-based measure in reading, that's what CBMR stands for, from the fall to spring by 10% by May 31st, 2018. So how do we make sure that we're implementing that goal for a building at Unity, but keeping professional learning personal? So you can see kind of the plan is to take a collaborative approach. And so I'm going to model that. So you can see the tech integration, so I'm going to model that. But I'm also going to model that by partnering with people who know a whole lot more about this small group skills-based instruction, which is the literacy, vehicle for next year. By partnering with Amy, Danny, Stacy Henderson, Mimi Moore at Spalding Park Elementary, the people who know and have begun to implement small group skills-based instruction. They worked with Dr. Deborah Reed out of the University of Iowa to create a dynamic where these small group skills-based instructional groups are dynamic and working, and teachers are asking for more of that and more PD for that. How do we create leadership opportunities for staff? And that's going to be huge and critical for me because I'm not coming from an elementary background. And so let's take a look at this video real quick and learn a little bit more about it.
The most important lesson I've learned through my teacher leadership journey is this. The primary focus of leadership should be to identify, grow, and support new leaders. I believe that teacher leadership is the most effective way to solve the problems of our educational system and positively impact our students' learning. I attended a 3-day storytelling retreat at CTQ headquarters in North Carolina. There, I gained confidence as an advocate, both for students and the teachers who serve them. Because of my work with the Florida Teacher Leader Fellowship, CTQ, Gates Foundation, and Teach to Lead, Dr. Jonathan Prince, our district's deputy superintendent, recognized the knowledge and skills I had been able to develop through these leadership opportunities. Because of our collaboration, he created an instructional coach position in a school labeled by the state of Florida as failing. Then he asked me to transfer from my current school to fill that position. The school is alive with possibility, and I love my new role in helping to spread the excitement and momentum generated by teachers and their students. I'm honored to potentially impact 560 students and 25 teachers within my school. My understanding of teacher leadership continues to deepen and grow. I realize that teacher leaders collectively work to strengthen the profession and improve the system for all students. Teacher leadership is not only cultivated in individuals, but needs to be built and supported by systems. I'm a better teacher when I'm connected to supports that help me learn. I became a leader when I gained confidence that my ideas support others. I'm grateful that I chose yes for all the opportunities along the way. Now I feel responsible to create and share opportunities with my colleagues both in and beyond my school. That's the power of teacher leadership.
I chose that video because it was highly relevant to the type of model and the type of person that I hope to find at Unity. Somebody that's driven and passionate, somebody that's willing to take risks, and I want to recruit people there that want to foster a climate of balanced leadership. Clearly, bringing me in is just a small piece of the puzzle. I won't necessarily be an instructional leader that first year, and so I'll lean heavily on those instructional leaders. And so that's really going to be my focus, is to find those teachers who want to take a step out and have the courage to lead something that's going to be proactive, positive, and maybe world-changing to Unity. So the last question we want to talk about is, how do we integrate technology? And so the Future Ready grant really taught me a lot about this SAMR or SAMR model. How are we using technology currently? That's the biggest question we're going to have to answer, is what technology practices are we using, and what role is that taking? Is it substituting what we did 10, 15, 20 years ago? Are we augmenting the instruction? Are we modifying the instruction, or are we redefining? In other words, creating new content for our students to engage in and be proactive with? Are we stretching our learners to use their own type of to use the tools provided by technology to stretch their own learning? Are they creating something new only because the technology is there that exists for them? So that's our plan. And again, the biggest deal for me is to model that type of behavior. Am I creating something new that I wouldn't be able to do for my teachers had the technology not been there? Through this course with Mr. Watts, my plan is to use that Flipgrid to really engage teachers in a conversation online that's non-threatening, that's positive in nature, and allows them to access each other's expertise to gain that knowledge and background they need from each other to really kind of access their expertise. That'll be something new for them. That's never been done, I to my knowledge there. And then how's that passed down in the kids, in their learning and their ability to reflect online and with each other in a passionate way. Another plan is to use Nearpod more, for them to be able to use Mentimeter so that I can get instant feedback from them when I'm presenting something to them. Again, not in whole groups, but in small groups and in the PLC environment, so that we can gain that instant information access and then use it to redefine our expectations for ourselves and for the learning that's taking place in our classroom. So I hope you found this little sway meaningful and powerful. Gives you a little bit more insight into me and my plan for PD for the upcoming year, some of the challenges and fears that I have, and hopefully it's given me a chance to kind of reflect on the plan for next year as well. So thank you for that opportunity.